Okay, so I'm here in the 2017 Bentley GT3 and I'm going to try and do a review of sorts comparing the 2017 with the new 2020, which has just been launched, and it's free for those who already own the 2017 DLC. Ignition, start. And I'm at Zandvoort. There's a little bit of screen tearing going on for some reason. I'm not sure what's causing that. Now my frame rate is definitely higher than the refresh rate of my screen, but limiter. I'm not sure what's causing that. Maybe virtual sync is needed. So this is running on a default setup. Not that I would know how to create a setup anyway. I'm sure many of you feel the same. And I'm driving with a field of 20 AI of the same car in just a practice session. The force feedback rather feels a bit heavy. I'm not sure why exactly that is. Let's try and get a clean lap in at least. Now I took some B-roll, as they call it, of the car in the showroom. The 2017 versus the 2020. And the 2020 definitely looks more aggressive in terms of the aero. And the rear diffuser is definitely a lot bigger. And one of the 2017 liveries was quite ugly. Sort of a zebra with a fish. No disrespect to whoever designed it, but I captured some footage of it just for the fun of it. And maybe when I cut this together, I can compare a rotation between the two models. This car feels fun to drive at least, but maybe I'll know more once I try the new one. I have to try and teach myself to do sort of reviews. It's not something I usually do. I guess it's... You have to get more videos out to feed the algorithm. And it's fun to do, I guess. And as some will notice, I built a new computer, so rFactor 2 as a title runs a lot better. I can dial up the graphics, such as the DirectX 11 implementation. Long-term loading screens and all that sort of thing, but anyway, let's not go there. So let's do one more lap, flying lap of sorts, and then go to the new car. Now some will say that the Motec, the in-car displays on these cars often are out of date or sort of generic, as we can see when we try the 2020. that it's up to date. I haven't seen any in-car footage of the new car, so I don't know what it should look like. This is the updated Zandvoort, which I believe is laser scanned, if I'm not mistaken. And Zandvoort is a circuit I do know, although it may not seem like it. It's a Zandvoort. It's a track it's a Zandvoort. Yeah, it's a track I drove in race room many, many times. Punterino. So now we'll move on to the new version. So here we are in the new car, and I'm setting up the camera because I literally haven't been in it before. And as you can see, it's quite different. And there's a new rear camera on the left. See how we go. Does it sound different? Getting punted in the pit lane. Limiter. Excuse me. This feels a lot lighter now in the force feedback, and I definitely haven't touched the wheel settings. This is... I should probably practice without the AI. Now, with my limited knowledge, I can definitely say it definitely turns better. Or just less understeer, shall I say. And it sounds different too. Mirror. 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 Let's turn off the virtual mirror. You'll have to forgive me, I'm using the voice controls. Some of the liveries are quite plain, I would say. But it's not something that bothers me specifically. I'm usually in the car, not looking at the car I'm driving. But I suppose if you're into making replays and stuff, I guess it's important. And in general, for many people, if you want to represent a season as part of a league or something, I guess it's important to have the liveries. Or you could make the skins yourself. in most games, well, not in the race room, but anyway. Ooh, it's a bit of a twitchy there. Overall, this feels better, I would say. Big Bentley logo there on the dash, or what's left of the dash after the carbon fiber. This being just a shell of the factory car, I guess. Not exactly a silhouette like DTM, but nevertheless not much of the factory going car is left. So as I said, the force feedback definitely feels lighter. But it definitely turns better. I guess you'd need to test it out on a selection of circuits just to see how well they both perform. For example, the Nordschleife or even Le Mans, which is a place they're not specifically supposed to go, but this being a GT3 and not a GTE, but still, it's good to have the two versions. I mean, as I noted in the video I uploaded today about Le Mans, everything is changing, so these cars are becoming part of history, at least the GTE cars. Let's see what happens. And probably an idea to compare this to the version in Assetto Corsa Competizione, if it's the latest one, which I don't recall. Let's do one more lap and we'll leave it at that. That orange and black livery looks nice. Sort of McLaren-esque, I guess. Uh-huh. A bit wide there. Uh-huh. Now this is the default. Traction control, ABS, everything's on the default, so. And I guess tires are still relatively cold. To really turn off those driver hands. I don't usually use them. I'm still tweaking things after building the new computer. I backed everything up, but still when you go back into a game, certain things are just missing. You know how long it takes to set everything up again. It's fun at least, so I can recommend it. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, and if you haven't already, consider subscribing as well.
Hate YouTubers, that's my pro tip.
A comment is always welcome, along with sharing the video with anyone you think might be interested in checking it out. And if you don't mind adding to your notifications, click the bell icon in YouTube to be notified of future videos as well. Until next time, thank you.